The most confusing Apple accessory, the Magic Mouse. Not to state the obvious, but when you're recharging it on the bottom, you can't even use it. And second, it's just a sheet of glass with nowhere for you to rest your palm while you're using it, making it a little uncomfortable. Or it was until today. The Apple Pencil USB-C. Now the most confusing Apple accessory out there. I mean, sure, you must think it must have some sort of new feature since it just came out here in 2023. No. It does not have any sort of new features. In fact, looking at this list Apple has posted online on their website on its features and specs, compared to the Apple Pencil first generation and second generation, it's actually missing features that even the Apple Pencil first generation support. What better way to do an unboxing review without the Apple Pencil first generation and the Apple Pencil second generation that I've actually been using myself for the past few years. Now the Apple Pencil USB-C. Interesting, no accessories of any sort in the paperwork. With all three Apple Pencils out of the box, if we start with the brand new USB-C Apple Pencil, the first thing I notice is when you open the cap to access the USB-C port to both charge and pair, you can't lose the cap as it doesn't pop off, which is actually an improvement to the first gen Apple Pencil, where when you remove the cap to recharge, you can lose it. Setting these two off to the side for now, we will bring in a iPad 6th generation and we'll run through the pairing process and usage with the first generation Apple Pencil. With the Apple Pencil now paired, if we jump right over into Notes and just try drawing some lines to try the pencil out overall, works really well with no delay. Tilt sensitivity works, so you can easily scribble in stuff. And then our pressure sensitivity also works as it should, where you can get thicker lines by pressing harder. And the only flaw is when it comes to recharging the Apple Pencil, as the only way you can charge it is the lightning port, and you have to plug it in, leaving you with this thing sticking out of the bottom of your iPad. So if you try using it to just do other stuff while it recharges, it can be a little bit of an obstacle. Now if we get this out of the way, and if we bring in the second generation Apple Pencil and the iPad Pro 12.9 inch, first thing with the second gen Apple Pencil is it magnetically attaches to the side to both charge and pair. In this case, it's not going to pair as it's already been configured for this iPad. But if we jump right over into Notes and just start drawing some lines, first thing is we have low latency like we want. Pressure sensitivity seems to work way better on the second gen Apple Pencil compared to the first gen. And then our side scribble works, so you can easily fill things in. And the big thing about the second gen Apple Pencil is the ability to double tap it to switch tools. In this case, it jumps over to eraser, so then you can just erase stuff. And this is where things get interesting. When we bring in the USB-C Apple Pencil, the first thing we have to do in order to pair it is plug it in to the iPad. It has detected it up here, and keep in mind this is also how it recharges, as when you connect it to the side of the iPad, it's intended to be used as just storage, and you can't do any charging or pairing that way, which could be a downside to some people. But then the interesting thing is when we start drawing, we have our regular line as so with low latency, but if I press on the screen, the size of the line doesn't change unless you increase your speed with the pencil. Your side scribble works as expected, and there is no double tap feature. No matter how many times I try tapping the side of the pencil, it doesn't let me change tools, so I have to manually change things in order to write or erase, depending on what I'm trying to do. The interesting thing about this Apple Pencil is it is a budget-friendly model, and it is compatible with all iPads that have ditched the home button, being the iPad 10th generation all the way up to the iPad Pro. This puts it in a bit of a gray area, as it makes it hard to say which model it was designed for exactly. And because of that, if you're using a iPad 10th generation, I would highly suggest a Apple Pencil 1st generation instead. And if you're using the iPad mini or above, I would just suggest an Apple Pencil 2nd generation. Keep in mind that the USB-C Apple Pencil is only $79, whereas the 1st gen Apple Pencil is $99. And the 2nd gen Apple Pencil is $129. In the end, there's only a very few number of people I'd ever recommend this pencil to. It'd be people that intend to use specifically just the Notes app to do drawing and sketching for just like hobbies or classes or work. And it'd also be people that just intend to use an Apple Pencil to scribble write their messages instead of having to type it out or use their fingers to scribble write. In the end, that's just my opinion, but I hope you guys find this video useful to help you better understand what's on the market right now. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I am off to bed, as of filming, it's about 12:30 in the morning. Catch you guys next time.